There we go. Now you can hear me. Hello. Alright. There we go. It's all connected. Sweet. Let's see if I remember all this streaming stuff. Hold on. What did I just minimize? I don't know. Hey, Spartan! Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, let me just let everyone else know. And all right. Hey, and Farfella's here. Let's go. All right. Welcome. Welcome, one and all, to the stream that's been months in the making. Do I have any plans for it? No. Will I pretend I have plans for it? Absolutely. But yes, it has been. It's been too long. Far too long since we've done things. You had to reset your tab? No. But everything looks good? You can actually hear me? It says you should be able to hear me, but are you actually hearing me? Cuz I don't trust anything. Oh yeah. Oh no, you had to reset the tab because you were looking at my YouTube page. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense now. Yes, I know. I'm actually here. I was gone for the entirety of the last stream, and now I'm back. Now you can see me again. But how's everyone doing? I'll I'll go first because it's like so my job as y'all know, I work in pest control, and I joined tail end of summer, and that means I never got introduced to quote unquote the busy season. Now I'm introduced to the busy season, which is why I haven't been streaming or doing pretty much anything in the server. It's man, 50 hours a week doesn't seem too bad in the winter. But then in the summer where it's 70 out and your AC doesn't quite work, that's when it gets fun. But yeah, now it's the busy season. Hopefully at most, if I'm very far behind schedule, my week will go from 50 hours to 55 hours. So time spent working is about the same. It's just hot as hell now. It's not terribly painful, especially since people usually have decent AC in their houses. So I get a good 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes of nice quality AC as I'm booking it around their house. And then I get to go outside, carry around a heavy hose, long sleeves, rubber gloves on, all that fun stuff. Uh, to spray the outside of their house, wind back up the hose. Yesterday I clocked myself in the face with the hose end, so I actually busted my lip a little bit. It's fine. We're fine here. Now I know to pay more attention to that while reeling back in. Was it painful? For a bit. I was mostly worried about dripping blood all over the person's floor. But then I got to go back in and drive. And if I'm early to an appointment, I just find the nearest parking lot and then I just take a nap. Like almost every day this week, except for Thursday and Friday, I had plenty of time to just take a quick 15-minute nap in a random parking lot. It was nice, it was shaded, it was perfect. Perfect napping weather. Oh, you're doing grand? Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. But yeah, it's been an interesting time getting used to the summer rush. But hey, I can't complain because that means I get more money. Oh man. Let me tell you, winter, you you barely make anything, but you get most of it off. Then summer hits, you don't have time for anything, but that's when you make the money. That's the difference between winter and summer. Yep, more money's more better, right? And my sister's coming to town next week, so it's like it's all look it's all looking good for Millhouse and all that jazz. And hopefully, now that I've kind of acclimated to the working pressure, who knows? Might get my ass handed to me next week. We shall see. I might even move these to Sunday, because Saturday seems to be a pretty packed day. But I will see. Pensive! Welcome, Pensive. Monies? Monies where? Uh, yeah, not in my bank account. Yeah, no. Uh, what's that saying? What's the why is the wallet and an onion the same? Every time I open it, I cry. That's changing around though, so ah, cross fingers that it's not too bad, honestly. It was a hole. I'm out of the hole now, and it's great. Oh yeah, I love my PNG tuber thing. Ah, thanks. Because it was very fun to put together, and I would absolutely love to draw more emotions for it. It takes too long, and I'm lazy. I'd rather draw more plushies. I mean, you've seen the amount of plushies that that I already have on stream, and I have a lot more. Hold on, can I take a screenshot? Show you how many plushies I have. Oh man, all these plushies. Also, my cousin sent my during my family's reunion last week. Was it really last week? Hold on. Gosh, it was only last week. During my family's reunion last weekend, which was the reason I didn't stream last weekend. Uh, he got these cool. He makes 3D print. He does 3D prints and whatnot, and he has this like little manta ray thing that actually like curls around. And it's so cool. I might take pictures and put it in the stream group, but that's been fun. Make plushies life size, house size, even train sized. Oh man, could you imagine me making an idol plush and it's just him being traced by a train? Or even more blasphemous, I make an officer friendly plush where he's wearing a train conductor hat as like an alternative toy line. and Idol's just seething in rage the entire time. 3D printed pony plush when? I mean, I would love to get into 3D printing, but I feel like in order to get into 3D printing, I need to get into 3D modeling. And yeah, that's a lot of work. I've had 3 false starts for modeling. Gosh, I actually can't show how all the. Can I make these smaller? I can't make the thumbnails smaller. Hold on. Hold on. I have a solution. Possibly. Can I window plush? Push? Yeah, that's yeah, that works. There. Hey! Now you can see everything. Hold on. Do I need to change anything? Okay, perfect. Now let's put it underneath me so you can still see. There we go. Hey! Is prints 2 3-inch small boats and sells them for like $5. Oh hell yeah! Yeah, these are all the plushes I've drawn. It's great. Need all of them now. I mean, I've posted a lot of these to the server. I've even posted the box. I don't even think this is the most recent version of the box. Is this the most recent version of the box? I can't tell anymore. I have to actually look into a different system. Where's the box? Hold on. The box isn't even the most updated thing. Dre! Hey! Now everyone's here. So, Drake, we have a question for y'all. If there was an officer friendly toy line or toy concept of officer friendly train conductor, how much would he seethe at? How much would he be angry or terrified that they would presume that he would be put in charge of the beast? Immensely. Oh, it's always fun. Terra angry. Gosh. Oh yeah, all my other officer friendly plush variants, like Mustache and the Nick Fury. He would insist that Officer Friendly have an entire episode dedicated to his fear of trains. And at the end of the day, they don't understand it either. Officer Fury, yes. Oh yeah, I forgot I made them little thestrals. Idle. Oh man, just the night guard version of Idle. Thestral Night Guard. Uh, they all sold out, mostly to one mare in particular. Or the entirety of Hollow Shades, who knows? I still love making all these toy boxes. Oh, did I not add the officer friendly toy box? Hold on. I need to check something. Both? Both. Definitely both. Ooh. Ah, ah, come on. Here we go. It's thinking about it. I love this program, but it's kind of slow sometimes. Do I not have a changeling of the guard tag? I need to fix that eventually. Oh, and then you have my concepts of making the Dingling plush. Or not Dingling plush, but just recreating the Dingling gift because we love our boy. Get better computer nerd? I want to. They're expensive. Especially since I don't have a desktop. This stream is operating off of a laptop. Uh, I think it's a 2018 Razer. Hey, All Star! Lots of bones. My boy. Yep, we got Dingaling, and we got Cersis, and now we got Thorax as well. I plan on making more. Do I know what to do with all of these? Not a clue. Should I probably sell them as like commissions? I could probably make a ton of money doing that, but no, I have enough work on my plate. Oh man. Well, thank you for coming to see all my insanity all the time. You have to have more officer friendly figures than some old woman. Yep, you have more officer friendly figures than some old women have beanie babies. I mean, that's true. And I desperately want to either make or commission an officer friendly plush. Just because it'll be fun and I'll probably just send it to you. Because I I would love to have my own. I'll actually commission two. One for me, one for you. And then we'll winter work. Yes, that is winter season talk right there when I have so much more time on my hands. Yeah. Oh yeah, you missed that earlier, V. So now that I've gotten used to, knock on wood, at summer work, hopefully these will be more common, and I might move them to Sunday because Saturday seems to interfere with a lot of schedules, especially with how early I stream on it. But I do know for sure that at least for the next 2 weeks, I won't be streaming. Uh, for sure. Just because my sister is in town, she's coming up from New Orleans. And it's going to be a great time. And I really hope, to get one more chapter edited. In my line of work, there are two busy seasons. First half of the year and the second. Yep. Nope, that fits. Yeah, my work has two seasons as well. You have, well, I guess it also has two busy seasons as well. You have the summer rush and the holiday rush, where it's everyone wants to not have bugs for the during the summer, and then no one wants bugs when their relatives are coming over. Can't let her know about the ponies. Oh, she knows all about the ponies. She actually sent me a mead that is made in New Orleans called, I think it's like Camelot mead, and she crossed that out and wrote Canterlot on it. and and not just her, and not just it started with my friend group, but I accidentally said it in front of my family, so now my family calls this. I run it. I host my family's entire movie collection. My family owns all their discs. They just let me host it so that way no one has to trade DVDs back and forth, and no one has to get angry of I lent you that like 5 years ago and you never gave it back to me and all that stuff. Uh, yeah, my friend, I shared it with some friend groups because they started donating to the Empire, and yeah, they started calling it Naflix because it's a brony group, and then I said that for my family, so now everyone calls it Naflix. Yeah, so uh, it is no secret at all that I am a brony to anyone in my family or anyone that like pays uh, modest attention to anything that I do. Like heck, if anyone even sees my room, they just see a bed full of plushies, that full of horse themed plushies. Also, a couple non-horse themed plushies because you gotta have variety occasionally. I still need to get my hooves on a Blaha plush though. horse themed horse themed plushies. Yeah, I got a Rambo. I got a Doctor Hooves. Doctor Hooves was actually my first plushie that I ever gotten back at CMPC 2015, 2016. I can't remember. Got a Changeling. I got a Flufflepuff. I got a couple more that I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Also explains so much. Explains what? What are you talking about? I don't know if this explains anything. You can't prove it. Oh, I got a Tempest plush. I got this one pillow from Nightmare Nights, the last year that they were having. I think that was Nightmare Nights 2016, and it's a pillow. I didn't understand the implications of it when I first bought it because I'm like, oh, this is cool, and now I've shown it to other friend groups and they're like, really? And they just laugh at my expense of it because why not? It's a pillow of my literal horse's ass. Because it's just a regular round pillow with my cutie mark and you can see the tail on it. And it looks great. It's not lewd whatsoever. And I even turned it back around and I like, tell me you wouldn't lay on your own mare friend's ass or anything like that. Yeah. Hold on. I'll take a picture of the pillow and post it in the thing. Hold on. Let me find it. Yeah, there it is. It's a really nice, simple design. And send it to the live stream. Where's that? There it is. See, perfectly innocent. I just, I was just like, oh, that's cool merch. It's just called. I think the people that made it were like Circle Pillow Design or something like that. I think I have an email from them, so I could look it up if I didn't accidentally delete it because I have purged my email several times since then. Hopefully not, because I would love to commission them again for stuff. Ah, I didn't take those off. Hold on. Wait. Why is the plush still on the screen? That shouldn't be. Oh, oh, it's gone now. Is it? Hold on. Is my preview frozen? I think my preview might be frozen. Hey, Alstar. If you want to see the pillow in question, just take a look at the live stream related chat. I posted a picture. It explains everything. I know. Farfella is like lesbian's like yes, yeah. It's in the server. It's great. It's great. Although the more like I've actually transitioned away from having this cutie mark. I love the design of it, but I hate drawing it every single time. So I draw my character. So now my character is more of a blank flank than anything. See you in a bit. I don't know what it. I think I just chose too complicated a cutie mark, and I kind of picked the cutie mark based off of like the name rather than anything else. The pitfall of many a long-term character. Yes, the amount of times that I've wanted to make a new main OC, and then just haven't because now everyone knows me as Equinox. I'm like, I can't change it now. I can't retcon it that hard. I've been doing this for almost a decade now. so, so that's why you see more Solstice here. Uh, that's him. He's looming in the background. But yeah, so Solstice, my boy. I kind of want to switch over to maining Solstice because there's a surprising amount of white Pegasus with black manes around the fandom. I didn't realize this going in because I thought people would be like, "Ah, Technicolor ponies. This is perfect." Uh, nope. Everyone, there's a surprising amount of people that go white coats, black manes, green and or blue eyes. but but yeah, so I keep wanting to change it, but now too many people know me as this. I'm like I could retcon it, be like I was a changeling the whole time, but that feels was it? That doesn't feel right. Even though I would probably choose changeling or thestral at this point. If I were to like create a brand new character with no regards for any previous history, I'd be like, yep, it would be an OG changeling with and or a thestral because those are the best. Although it would be incredibly funny for me to switch over to a thestral now, just because I moved from being on the night shift for the last 7 years to now being exclusively morning shift. Welcome back. Uh, to exclusively morning shift, so it would be funny, but it would make no sense for me to be like, yes, I am a creature of the night. Fear me. But you're out during the day. I fear me. But yeah, it's all fun. Yeah, food. Nice. I just ate food as well. I need to go grocery shopping, but I don't feel like dealing with people. Plus, I'm going to be busy for the rest of the day. Oh, also, this might be mundane, but it's exciting for me. I'm getting new glasses. Finally, it's been I haven't had an update to my prescription in 3 years, and it's hasn't been an issue until now because now road signs are getting blurry and driving is like 3/4 of my job. So I probably should get new glasses. Honestly, suddenly there's a Thestral here now because they moved over to the day shift is a very fitting backstory. Gosh, could you imagine that? Could you imagine a backstory of a character is they're always going to be the most inappropriate characterization uh for whatever situation they're in. Like if they want to be timid, they're going to have the most boisterous colors. Or if they're working day shift, they're going to be a Pegasus. If they're working night or if they're working night shift, they're going to be a Pegasus. Day shift a Thestral. They want to blend in, they stand out instead. Oh man, that I could have some very fun workarounds with it. Why did my thing do-doot? I said no do-doots. Okay, that should stop all the do-doots. Idle moment. Honestly, Idle, he blends in by sticking out. The fun thing with ponies. Is that a Thestral with a J job would be neat. It, like kind of like with oh man, what's Moth Chaser's brother? Uh, the one who runs the grindhouse. What's his name? It's on the tip of my brain. Like, oh neat, a Thestral, and then on a second thought, I mean honestly, yeah, that would probably work a ton. Pristine grind. It was like I said, it was on the tip of my brain. Also, welcome Quop. Or Quop, or is it? Are you? You're yeah, Swirled Eyes. Is that you? It's been so long. It's been 84 years since I streamed. It's also my stage name. Oh my gosh. Now we have to expand Idol's undercover work where he accidentally runs in where uh where he's roaming hooves and he runs into Moth Chaser's brother. Ah, okay. Welcome. I play a Vamponi on stage. There's a lot of food coloring. The bears go nuts. He goes full into the whole Vamponi thing. Uh, gosh, do you think he puts glitter on his fur so he can sparkle in the spotlight? Or would that be a suggestion for people to put onto him? And he's like, "Hey, we're not going with that version." I might be crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Oh man, we could spin off so many. Slaps live stream. This baby can fit so many side stories and tangents. Hey, hold on, Farfella. You can't. you can't call the pillow my merry friend's flank because it's my flank. You can't spread falsities like this. Also, welcome Dodo. What a perfect time to enter into when entering the stream with zero context. Man, so welcome to the stream where nothing actually gets read, even though uh, we try to. Quote unquote try to read. It's just so much more fun to just distract me and go into these incredible side tangents. Like a few months ago when we made a whole 80s action figure cartoon akin to He-Man. Or was it close? Was it He-Man or was it closer to more G.I. Joe? I can't remember. It might have actually been closer to G1 of MLP, honestly. And I forgot completely that we are in this chapter. I don't know why I was in the other chapter, but we're definitely in this chapter for sure. Oh no, nope, no, no, no. You don't, you you don't. There we go. But again, welcome. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. There are cookies. There are cookies and punch by the door. And okay. Oh man, I forgot that we were at Aftermath. This is a lot of fun times. No glitter, not again. So, I honestly, it's been so long since I've actually read that it's kind of concerning how much I've forgotten not how to read, but how to read. Yeah, you know, I've slowly become illiterate with all with all the distractions going on. Every time someone mentions G1, I have a flashback to the time I left a report way too long, panicked, and just wrote a summary of the movie where the smooze shows up. Honestly, I need to get all the G1 episodes collected somewhere, probably on Netflix, because like Return from Midnight Castle was a really fun story. Then you have the Glass Princess, and you have the Schmooze, and nothing can stop the Schmooze. I forgot to actually add my conclusion. Nearly died of embarrassment. Gosh, imagine writing a report and or doing essays while in school. Like, I definitely couldn't have been me. Honestly, I will say this: homework shouldn't exist unless you need the help. Like that is like I'm very good at math. I love math. Uh, but I was always getting B's or C's in math because I had to, because I wouldn't complete the homework, and since I was part of your grade, it would tank it, even though I would score near 100% on every single test I ever took. That's a very lukewarm take at best. Oh, I know. I know it's actually a very cold take. But what one of my teachers did, it was back in my, let's see, first year of high school, so sophomore year. So in my sophomore year, I had this math teacher. She told us right at the beginning, I do not grade homework, but we will have a pop quiz every single day. That is 5 questions. Uh, that is 5 questions, and it will be based on uh, the concept that we learned the day before, and it's a homework check. It counts as a quiz, so if you get zero on it all the time, you're going to fail you're going to fail the class. If you understand what we're learning, it's an easy way to bump up your grade. So don't ignore it. Come in on time for class and whatnot. And we never graded homework, so I never did homework that entire year, and got it was my first A in math. It was great. A lot of teachers throw 100 questions a day. Yeah, like I understand like why homework exists, but it's just, especially for people with ADHD or on the spectrum at all, it's very hard to focus on one type of work when you're not in that uh, environment. Like I can't focus on home stuff when I'm in a work environment, and I can't focus on work stuff when I'm in a home environment. Like it's two completely separate portions of my personality. And it's just tedium. Oh, 100% it's just tedium. Homework did nothing but stress me the hell out. My grades actually went up when I started ignoring it. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Like, homework, honestly, like, homework and tutoring should only exist as a supplemental thing. You should learn everything that you need to learn in school, especially for an objective subject matter such as math or science. Like I could see having homework for English and whatnot because that's a very, because if you need more stuff to, if you need more help on a very subjective work, like I could understand maybe having it for that. But for something where it's like it's either it's binary, do you understand it or do you not? My homework in engineering class tended to be so complicated that it wasn't actually covered in the book. Gosh. You had to go to the answer section and explain what you needed to do, and I hated it. The front section was theory, and answer section was how to use it. Oh my gosh. That is such a bad way to teach. And this is why I never went to college because it's a scam. Go into trade. That's where you make a ton of money and you won't be burdened with debt. I say that when three out of my four brothers actually did go to college. But yeah, like college is just way too expensive for what it gives you, and all it gives you is a fancy piece of paper that's showed you showed up for 4 years and you were able to complete tasks put in front of you. Oh my gosh, that sounds like my nephew. My nephew is in a programming course in junior high right now, and it's only a semester long. His teacher was out for almost the entire time, so they had a sub. Barely learned any programming, and and then she came back with like a week left of the semester, and he learned more in that 1 week than he did over the entire semester because they couldn't find another programming sub. Admin just came and told us to read the book and do the homework she would have otherwise assigned. How would you know what homework she would have assigned? Gosh, that's rough. That's so rough. My class was shit because the lecturer was going too fast. Honestly, that feels like a ton of things. If you like some teachers, if they know what they're doing, so they're and they hate stopping for questions or just like not even reading the room, honestly. There's I met so many teachers like that they didn't see that one of the kids were completely looking lost and just barreled into the next subject without ever covering what happened. But we are literally book taught from a book once again that I hated. Yeah, no, I probably would too. Like learned a lot, just not as much as I wish I did. I'm just back from uni. I just realized how good our professors are. Oh my gosh, that she had extensive lesson plan. Oh, honestly, I feel bad for both you and the teacher because she probably spent the entire summer, or I don't know, most of her career, getting these detailed lessons plans of how to train people the best on them, and then for a sub to come in, completely ignore it, and the admin's just like, figure it out. Oh my gosh. While my lecturer spent 1.5 hours to explain a question that took 12 seconds to do. Oh no. Oh my gosh. He just never bothered. That that's a terrible sub. Or that's a terrible admin right there. That's awful. Holy crap. I'm feeling anger for you, for you. Oh, she was yeah, I wouldn't doubt that she was livid. I'd be surprised if she even like stayed at that school once like her contract was up unless she was like tenured or something like that. Like I've known so many teachers that quit for way less than that. Gosh, that's so bad. Oh man. So gosh, I love how this turned into our terrible experiences from school. I mean, it was a required intermediary course. We had to have it. We had to have it. They didn't tell you all the lesson plans that she had prepped in advance for you. Oh my gosh. Gosh, I feel so bad for you, man. But hey, at least you got your engineering degree. Fun fact, my brother also has an engineering degree. I think he went into mechanical engineering, and now he works for an HVAC company does uh, uh, that does systems for like warehouses and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, commercial buildings. Same difference. What's this about college I'm hearing? Welcome back, pensive. Your gosh, Farfella, you can't keep misinterpreting what I'm doing. You can't keep doing this to me. I'm getting bullied in Drake's server. She said her on a super fast, less homework version. A lot of people. Yeah, I honestly, I probably would have dropped out too. Like that's why I didn't finish uh, my degree in cybersecurity or graphic design, because the trade school that taught it, it wasn't teacher teaches uh, the lesson. It was read from this book, do these lessons, get it passed off by the instructor who's just there to babysit you the entire time. Hey, Iconic! Welcome to the live stream where we don't read. We actually are complaining about the incompetencies of college admins. Snicks using a box label just sneaks in. Welcome, a snake in a box. Snicks. I know it's sneaks, but it looks like snicks. But yes, welcome, Seth. Oh gosh, shall I get reading? I feel like I should get reading because I've been teasing reading this for like the last 5 streams, and nothing has happened. I haven't. I didn't even have the first bit of audio recorded. Actually, no. I did record some of this. It didn't turn out great because of weirdness on my end that I have now fixed, hopefully, maybe. That's one way to make me worried about college, forced to take a gap year or two due to moving. Honestly, get into a trade, apprentice or something like that. Get into a trade, and you'll make you'll make decent money. I'm just picturing Topaz explaining college to Idol now. Oh my gosh. I feel like Idol would would be even more would find it as if not more insane than the economics of money of so you're telling me that people pay the you not you but the building that you work in that pays you not that great of a salary to learn something that they could have gotten from the library for free, and they have to do it or else they just lose their money? Yeah, that's about right. Pony madness. I still want to see Idol visit Sunset's Isekai. Oh, that would be fun. That's always a fun one. How Topaz explaining 20 years of experience at 18 for an entry level position. Oh my gosh. We can only hope that the job market in Equestria isn't nearly as broken as the job market here. Honestly, that's why I get into a trade, such as pest control. I guess it's not technically a trade, but it's one that people always need, no matter what, and there's always positions opening because people usually work it as a summer job, but you can make decent money of it, and you get a raise every year depending on which company you work for. Pest control. Oh man, yeah, no. Well, Topaz did try and date some pest ponies at one point. It didn't work out too well. Or no, she. Wait, what was it? She resisted going out with Wade, then considered dating Wade, and then didn't like him, and now is with Idol. Is that how the thing goes with Topaz? I don't know, but uh, but yeah, and like depending on which pest control company, if you can get with a reputable pest control company, it'll be it'll be decent. It'll be a decent enough wage. It'll all be commission, unfortunately, which is like I'd say like the worst part is that it's the best and worst part of it. Because since you're working commission, you only get paid for the jobs that you complete. But you can make more than the salaried managers because, at least during summertime, because you're completing more than they're making an hour. She went out with Wayne's a playboy. Oh yeah, his name was Wayne, not Wade. Topaz does moonlight on ethical pest control. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, uh, Topaz and Wayne had a sort of on again, off again thing because they both liked each other well enough, personally, but despise each other professionally. Dear Diary, it's been 4 or so months since the last Changeling of the Guard chapter. I believe there's a conspiracy between Drake and Nox, yet until now I've got no idea what they're planning. Ethical pest control. Meanwhile, that one tree. You blew up Princess Celestia's tree? Oh my gosh. Sir, I believe, like, honestly, Topaz, Cersos would probably take Topaz to the chocolate factory because Idol would be because she knows that Idol would be too worried about uh, lots of other things, but also once you get into the factory, it's just nothing but OSHA violations. No, that's fine. That's her money. Yep. Oh my gosh. I think Drake is bribing Nox with booze again to stall Nox while V tries thinking up of new obscure words to confuse us all with. I mean, yeah, honestly, the most obscure words that I've seen so far have actually come from a different book that I'm proofreading right now, which I'm behind on because it's supposed to be at the end of next month is when I'm supposed to release it. I'm not even through the second chapter yet. So that's probably I'm going to probably be behind that because it's summer. We're all busy all the time. Sigh. You think that cheap booze can distract me? Well, it can. Speaking of which, I did get some homemade mead from a friend of mine. Uh, he accidentally gave me the wrong kinds of mead, and they're too dry for my palate. But they're super good regardless. Like I mix it with like some Fresca, and it turned out great. Just that little bit of sweetness really kicked it off. I don't have to pay my taxes because I am adorable. No, it's not Army that can't read, it's the Marines. Or wait, can the Marines read if it's written in crayon? That's now what I'm curious about. Is all their instruction booklets pictures with crayons because they can't perceive graphite? Neither can read. Oh, yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, they are called the Jarheads, so. Marines will try and eat the crayon off the page. Yep. Idle, understandable. Have a nice day. Gosh, there's so many side stories that can happen with Idle, and I love every single one of them. I actually want to get into Equestria at War, even though there's a 50-50 chance of me either not liking it or it ruining my life. And just to get the splash screen, just to have Idle Hooves as as my chief architect. You ate a candle once? I mean, like, it's probably not the worst thing. They probably have stuff mixed in so that way you don't accidentally eat the candle. You'd think, anyway. Nice beeswax. Okay, that makes more sense. I mean, there's lots of times I've actually eaten wax too, and it was because I got someone gave me a jar of honey with the comb still in it. So I just like took a bite of comb. I chew on things constantly, was chipping away at it for months. Oh my, it wasn't just a spur of the moment, I'm going to eat this candle. It's, I'm going to make a concise effort to eat this entire beeswax candle. No, it's not digestible, no. It's changeling resin, though. Yeah, it's wax itself probably isn't terribly dangerous. It's probably all the stuff that goes into wax that might be considered quote unquote dangerous. Bit of larva for protein? Probably. Honestly, speaking of Equestria at War, I actually just finished re-listening to, um, oh, what is it called? Uh, Fallout Equestria. Great book. Although there are so many typos in that book, it's kind of funny. But it's funny for the right reasons as well. Also, so I've been reading more and more audiobook, listening to more and more audiobooks, just due to my job. And oh my gosh, the amount of readers that say doer instead of dower is astounding. To the point where I actually had to like check to be like, have I been mispronouncing dower this whole time? Or are all these separate audiobook readers have no idea how to pronounce dower? But there are Fallout Equestria is pretty good, decent, is a pretty good book. The audiobook reader for it, the narrator for it is great. Um, it's just there are some points in that book where they accidentally say paws instead of hooves all the time. And I had to double check. It's not the narrator's fault. It's specifically because KCAT didn't accidentally put in paws instead of hooves and has requested that no one like proofreads or edits the story. If I recall correctly, dower is one of those annoying words with a very prominent alternate pronunciation depending on the dialect. No! No, why can't I mean it's English, so I know that like there's an exception to every rule, but seriously? No. There's also a bunch of other things uh that so the narrators get wrong, but that was like the most. Oh, yeah. Another one was like palanquin. Gosh, palanquin is something that I didn't think that people uh, could uh, could mispronounce too bad, or they would be like, "Okay, I don't know that word. I'll look it up real quick." Like, I think the narrator for it wasn't for Fallout Equestria. It was for some. It was for a different book. They, I think they read it as Palaquin, Palanquin. I think that's how they pronounce it, was Palanquin. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you mean Palanquin? Which, to be honest, the only reason I know Palanquin is how you pronounce it is because it was in Avatar The Last Airbender. But oh my gosh. it's kind of like a litter. It's like what in China and or Japan, it's what the royal family would like. It's what the emperors would sit on, and people would carry them around on this big fancy seat, and they would have to have like four people lift up the person uh, on like poles underneath the seat. That's another dialect thing. No. uh, okay. But yeah, it's like a way for people to like a way for fans to and very important people to move around the sea without actually having to use their legs. And apparently they didn't have wheels back then either. Idle God Emperor of Ponykind. Gosh, much like the real God Emperor, Idle would hate all the anyone worshiping him as the God Emperor. You could make a religion out of this. Wait, don't. No, please. But yeah, like that Palanquin, like that immediately took me out of the story because it doesn't even feel like it's. It doesn't even feel like a word. Palanquin actually like kind of feels like it could be a word. Maybe I'm just biased, but palanquin? That that sounds like someone trying to. That just sounds like someone trying to like read a word on its surface and not be like, okay, that sounds about right. Once played a be with the Circe's heresy. I once played a game where a guy became god after winning a lottery on spin the wheel game. Can you imagine something simpler happening to Idol? Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Or something similar that happened in. What's funny is the big prize was not told to the ones who spun the wheel. Horsus Heresy. Horsus Heresy was right there. But yes, Horsus Heresy is right there, but it's Circe. It's Circe. It has to be Circe's Heresy. Unless there's someone equally close. I mean, Topaz Heresy might have a ring, doesn't have nearly a ring to it as the Circe's Heresy. He's the pony. He's the Order incarnate. I'm just doing my job. Why do you follow me with ropes all the time? I actually what's funny is I was reading a story. Uh, I finished this book the other day. Gosh, was Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Similar thing happened there is that one of the gods just has been going around for 5 years being like, why do people worship me? I'm not a god. His opening dialogue in the book is what uh, what happens when a god doesn't believe in their own religion. The lack of wills, if I recall correctly, was a status thing, showing off how many servants you could dedicate to just carrying you around. The other reason was that wheels get stuck in the mud more easily than boots. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I've so far of but yeah, Warbreaker is a fantastic book. I think out of the Brandon Sanderson novels, I think I like Tress and the Emerald Sea a little bit better than Warbreaker. Warbreaker slowed down a little bit here and there, but Tress was just on point throughout the entirety of it. Uh, and I tried getting into Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and I don't know if it's just because I'm still so early in the book, or I'm like I'm just not clicking with these characters as much as I normally am. So I just didn't go with it. So instead, I switched from Yumi. I think I got to chapter 5 in Yumi before I'm like, this isn't for me. And now I'm in Skyward. Now I'm reading Skyward. I adore the Stormlight Archives. I started reading the Stormlight Archives, and then I stopped reading because of not secondhand embarrassment. It's because I knew what was going to happen, and it was so I'm like, no, don't do it, please. No, I just couldn't continue reading. It was when that one lady who went to go train underneath that other lady was going to steal her gauntlet, and I'm like, no, she just accepted you. You could probably just ask her to help save your family or something like that. Don't do this. And I just couldn't continue reading. The Circe's horsey. Oh, you missed out on an actual good thing. I know I'm gonna go back and reread. I'm gonna go back and read the Stormlight Archives, or finish the Stormlight Archives, just like I'm gonna go back and finish reading Name of the Wind. That scene does not end how you expect. Thank goodness, because my brain is like, nope, this is how it has to end, because the tropes that lead to this point shows that it's only going to end badly for everyone involved, mostly for her. So never. Hey, now see here, just because I have over 300 books, uh, 300 audiobooks of like 7 combined libraries doesn't mean I won't ever come back and finish those stories. Like Shalond was a young woman doing desperate things. I know she's a young woman doing desperate things, but and like she's like doing it for her family. I get that whole thing. She's desperate, but she finally gets an in with this woman who is very powerful in and of herself. And now instead of just like trying to ask her mentor, her newest mentor for like help, maybe even just moving their family off the continent or something like that, they're instead going to be like, yes, I'm going to steal this magical artifact that no one really knows how they do what they do. They just know how to do the thing. but the in was always to steal the thing. I know it was always to steal the thing, but like, if the mentor was like even slightly less like compassionate or something like that, I'd have no issue with it. But since she is semi compassionate about the whole situation, like you could better yourself and save your family at the same time. Yes, I know. I know. This is why I'm going to go back and finish reading it eventually. It's just it's one of those parts in books where it's like it's really hard to read through until after the fact, and then you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. Just keep digging your wait. Oh, just keep digging your grave. What grave am I digging exactly? I always said that I'm going to go back and finish listening to that book. It's just my brain overthinks things all the time. And I can't tell it to shut up because this book is fantastic. Secondhand embarrassment is a powerful force. Exactly! They understand. That's exactly what it is. Secondhand embarrassment. Also, TV tropes ruin my life because that is exactly how it is. Yeah, yeah. Burn through Shalana. He gets amazing. Kaladin. I know. Like how I'm like, oh, it's so good, but I have to burn through that thing. So it'll probably be easier to go through it because I have to listen to it while working, so I don't have time to pay attention wholesale. But yeah, it just got really hard to listen to. Instead of Tempest meeting Storm, the Storm King as a fool, she first runs into Idol and decides to make her his apprentice, and then she goes in to become a royal guard and calls Idol dead. Oh, interesting. I don't think Idol would make a great father figure because he just doesn't understand what foals need. I mean, look at Cersei and how she was in a sewer for the longest time until Topaz is like, "You are not keeping our unofficial daughter in a sewer." And when Shalane really comes into her own, she's great. I know. Kaladin is basically depressed idol. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. It's I know it's exceptionally unlikely you'll come. What do you mean it's exceptionally unlikely that I'll come back? I I always come back. I wish my character turned purple for that. But yeah, I always come back eventually. It might take a couple false starts, but it eventually happens. I love the idea of idle dad though. I mean, we all love the idea of dad bod idle. Idle throwing seed onto the ground in front of the larvae. At least use a trough. Wait, no, don't. Do you really? Yes, I do. Eventually, like I said, it might take a couple false starts, but I do usually come back to the books that I'm like, I really love this. I just didn't vibe with this section of the story, and then I eventually force my way through. The only thing that I've never done that with is the Equestria Games because that is so full of secondhand embarrassment. I didn't even make it to to Spike singing the national anthem because God no, daddle. Oh, is that mustache idol is daddle? That's oh Now I need to rename it to Daddle. Did your spawn eat my good blankets? Oh, when they're eating fabric, they're my spawn. I almost imagine like Idol becoming a dad is kind of like when the when a dad doesn't want a cat, and then a few weeks later is just his favorite thing in the world. Imagine someone being stupid enough to try and bully Cersei with an earshot of Idol. Ooh, that could make some interesting interactions. Although I feel like Cersei is more quick witted than Idol is, that she would uh, use her silver tongue to like get jab right back, like 1,000 times worse. And when they're spitting acid, that's fair. I mean, once you force yourself through the rest of the episodes, at least Equestria Games finally says something nice about Spike. Honestly, I will say probably the only good Spike episode is probably just like the Dragon Lord episode, the Gauntlet of Fire. Gauntlet of Fire is probably like the best Spike episode. Also, they did Spike dirty in the episode where he's trying to keep uh while he's trying to keep people from bothering Twilight, because he's he's a kid that was given like ultimate power, and he didn't really abuse it. Like, he got himself a couple of things, but again, he's a kid and he's like takes on all this responsibility. Yes, he does deserve a break. He shouldn't have been like demonized for that at all. They did him super dirty in that episode. Bold of you to insult my charge while I'm in fathering distance. Oh, I need to add that to my vocabulary now. I wouldn't even use wit. He'd just turn into something huge and put the fear of him into the bully. I mean, Idol could do that, but he might see it as too much of an expenditure. So just go for, instead of terrifying themselves on a physical level, just a psychological one instead. Idle behind Cersei's giving the unsmile. Aura farming idol confirmed. It's not his fault that Twilight gave him such a vague mandate. And honestly, like, it's a vague mandate, and the disaster that happened at the end of the episode that like caused things to come to a head, it was completely out of Spike's, like, you'd have to be like a fortune teller in order to see like the snowball effect that all those orders had, because and at the end of the day his mandate was let Twilight get some sleep. Also, but also I feel like this could have been also as easily remedied by, you know, guards doing their job and just being told don't let anyone disturb Twilight, and then Celestia and or Luna casting a soundproofing spell around everything around Twilight's room. Like, that could have solved it immediately, but that's too easy for the show writers, and they can't bully Spike like that. Remove hurt from Cersei. Apply hurt to meanies. Magnify hurt. Yes, that is absolutely how it is. That's absolutely how it would be. Gosh, it's already 11:30. Time flies when you're deep into the idol alternate idol lore. Almost makes me think like we need another chapter of the Across the Idolverse, just with all the new idols that have just been coming across everywhere. I mean, Twilight never did get her own guards, which is pretty damn stupid. As the moment she became an official princess, Celestia should have assigned Twilight our guard team, regardless of what Twilight said. Why do you have a gambling hat? The chaotic one gave me it, and I can't take it off. Let's go gambling. And in this case, oh dang it, is him winning the jackpot over and over again. Like, even if Twilight didn't have her own guards, she still should have been able to, like, order, like, the royal guard themselves, because they're not just Celestia's guards, much like the night guard isn't Luna's guards. It's the day shift and the night shift. Who needs a third shift going on when you just can have guards running 12-hour shifts? It's fine. We're all fine here. But that's all that would have needed to happen is, under no circumstances, let anyone disturb Twilight, and then have Celestia or Luna, probably Luna, because she would probably already know this kind of magic to insulate her from the noises of the day, and just insulate that whole room. Also, why doesn't every bedroom in the castle have a noise proofing spell? Like, what? Why doesn't it? It's stone walls. Things go through that super easy. Idol cleans house and is not happy about it. Yeah, Idol's not happy when he receives bits, which is unfortunate because he can't do anything but receive bits. And he tried to curse. Discord for giving him that boon, because how else would he be this absurdly lucky? And only for Discord to just go back at him and say, I didn't do no such thing. I wish I was that clever because this is hilarious. Grabs popcorn. No, I'm pretty sure the showrunners were. I think they were Canadian, right? Or like the whole show was produced in Canada. Well, like they always describe, like the whole castle is like built to be like medieval castle, so it's like marble floors and wall, like they have stone pillars all over the place. Also, silly question about what if, say, a year before season one, someone decided to take up running the library and had all local paperwork to make it theirs? Now, fast forward to Twi showing up. What would she do? Honestly, I feel like the Ponyville Library didn't become a living space until after Twilight, like, moved in. Or at the very least, it's a guest house. Because the way that Celestia had it, uh, like wrote it to Twilight, made it seem like the whole library by itself is basically like under loan from the equestrian government, and could serve as a place of refuge for for any reason whatsoever, under uh, for any royal reason. And then it just became Twilight's house. Which honestly, with the way that library is designed, makes it kind of bad for both because, on one hand, like, it's good for Twilight because she just lives in the library now, but also, it can't really be used as a library anymore because libraries you're just supposed to be able to just walk into. But, like, imagine someone just coming into your house to just start checking out your books and whatnot. Always wonder what would happen if the library wasn't available to her. I mean, the crown probably would have just like bought a house or rented a house for Twilight to use because there was probably at least a couple of vacant buildings in Ponyville. Either that people moved out of or that were just built for symmetry purposes or something along those lines. I once read a story that had a scene where Twilight was complaining about a character being in her home, and they retort, "It's a library. Why else do people come to other than to read?" Yeah, like it's a neat concept, but it's less of a library and more of just Twilight's home. And then it gets viciously destroyed, and then Ponyville never gets another library. Like T-Rex blows up the library, and they never get another public library. Like they could use Twilight's Royal Library, but they just never get another public library. Her living quarters are a separate part of the structure. Yes, but that's only in episode 1. In every other episode depicting the interior of the library, her bedroom is in the loft, and it's not a closed off loft either. It's a loft that's open to the rest of the library. You just can't see the bed in it, but it's just up the stairs. Country bumpkins. I mean, yeah, that could be an explanation. I didn't learn anything. I was right all along. Ironic where Twilight sections off a part of her castle to be the public library. Also, the castle makes no sense either, because it must have some like serious TARDIS technology in it to make it bigger on the inside. Because there's no way it should have that many rooms. Because we see looking in from it, it doesn't immediately go to a spiral staircase to get to the branches of the rest of the castle structure. No, it just goes into a hallway, and there's already doors on all sides. Where are all these doors leading to? And how are they fitting that many rooms into that tiny trunk of the castle? I think that might have been her idea. Sleep closer to the books. It very well could have been, but like from episode 1 to the rest of the season, it doesn't really change like the look of her sleeping quarters from like episode 1 to episode 3. So I just think the sleeping quarters are always just kind of up an alcove above the library. Reality can be whatever Harmony makes it. Ah, yes, much to idle chagrin. Karma, stop giving in to Farfella. I refuse. Oh man, but but yeah, like the whole library thing. Never. I love the idea of it. Never made sense as a personal home, as a personal home or public library. Because what does everyone say about multitasking? It's not you're doing two tasks. You're quickly switching and doing two tasks very poorly. Uh, I once read a story where Twilight had wound up reading everything there was to read in her world and was going insane for lack of things to read. She decides to head to the human world, and her friends close the portal behind her to give her time to calm down. Yep, that's very true. Yeah, although I can't really see her reading everything because constantly new things are getting made. I mean, it could delve into a comedy thing where she's reading words as they're coming off the printing press, but it would feel like one, you have all the pony books being created, and there's probably lots of dragons that are just hoarding knowledge that not even ponies know anymore. I just picture Idol meeting a love bug version of himself, and he just says, "You're dead to me." Honestly, no. Idol just goes the whole Bursey route, and starts painting himself black again, and gets out a hole drill to take care of the inconvenience. Uh, oh, sad thing. I found out that one of the artists uh, for one of the art pieces for Idol's one of the fan art pieces for Idol, like, has deleted themselves off the internet. I can't find them anywhere. Idol holding a bucket of black paint kid. Hey pal, I didn't do this on purpose. It's not like I enjoy being a Skittle. Don't even know what that was, but oh well. I feel bad for you. I don't think about you at all. Oh my gosh. It'll be educational. But let's see if I can find that specific art piece again. Oh, that one is the one I did want to show. But there was a different one that I also wanted to show. Oh, wait, it's not there anymore. That's right. But yeah, this is exactly how Idol would react to being love bugified. He would hate it. Absolutely. It's in the stream chat. But also, this art of, let me see if I can forward it to, oh yeah, I can. One. But like this art is, you can't find it anymore. The only place you can find it is in a post saying that the artist requests to have it be like taken down. You can't find it on Derpaboru anymore. The DeviantArt doesn't exist. The Twitter doesn't exist. You can't find this artist anymore, and that's sad. It's one of those things where, like, this is why I'm such an archivist, archivist, either or. I think both are correct. Is because you just get people deleting everything, and there's no backup for it. And I don't want things to become lost media. Never. It, I if I could rule the world, I would ban lost media. Not allowed. You have to find it. archivist makes archivist makes more sense. Honestly, yeah, archivist makes more sense. Aggressively negotiates until he has side character powers. Protect emulators. I mean, even as like a non-gamer, 100% protect emulators. Oh, speaking of games, I'm going to promote a game that I've absolutely loved for years, and I feel like it doesn't get as much attention as it should. It's called Tadpole Treble. It's an auto side-scrolling rhythm game. Is the best I could describe it. Is in terms of genre. What it is you're a little tadpole that found themselves that through circumstances found yourself far away from home, and you have to swim back to your pond. And each level has its own distinct music genre, and all the obstacles in every level is the background music to that level. It's so great. It's so fun. As part of a Discord, and after it changed many owners' hands, its last owner decided to step away from it and delete it in its entirety instead of passing ownership in order to totally cut ties to it. Gosh, that's really selfish. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Farfella. Gosh, like, I mean, I've deleted a server or two, but I at least archived everything from that server. It was mostly because it was super dead, no one used it, and uh, and it like had bad bad memories attached to it. Not for me, but for other people in that server. But I still like saved every post, all the posts, all the artwork in it, just so I have it somewhere. And then everything I draw, no matter how cringy it is, no matter how bad it is, will always have a place on my hard drive. I don't care. I have I'm now actually practicing like whole 3 2 1 preserving things because I have not only I have two cloud backups. One is local to me and the other is non-local to me. So I have 3 copies of all the data that I have. At least in terms of pictures. Videos, not so much. I guess you could call I have a backup in YouTube, but that's not too much of a backup. I think the big tragedy of Discord is that there's no easy way to back up a server, whereas you can archive a form easily. Yeah, exactly. I have an idea of Idol being an adopted brother to Twilight, but never got around to it. Honestly, I see Idol as like he's practically family for the Sparkle family at this point. Uh, like maybe that status changed, at least in Shining's mind, but like as far as their parents knew, he was this great guy that Shining hung out all the time, and they were best friends through thick and thin, and even to the point where they moved to the Crystal Empire together. Idol will definitely be Flurry's godfather. He would oppose it just because anyone placing that kind of trust in him, he'd be wary of. At the same time, we know that it would definitely be insisted on by Cadence. He's one step away from being forcefully. Oh my god, they were roommates. They were for very for how long? Almost 10 years now? They were her roommates. I have a server of my own that was originally made for a small contest another Discord was doing. Anyways, after everyone else left, I stayed and used it as a notepad or to save images I like. Honestly, same here. I have a Discord that is just to send myself stuff or to like pin things I want to keep, or as testing grounds to make sure what I'm posting on another server posts the way that I want it to post. Until the chain of command demanded personal quarters. Yeah, pretty much. He would oppose it just for a show. The moment Flurry snuggles up against Idol and falls asleep, he'd crumble and just accept it. Yep, that's exactly how it would happen. Like, not even crawl over and curl up near his hooves. She would specifically fly and perch on his back and just curl up there. And depending on how big, I mean, actually no, never mind. Rock Idol with music. I ooh, I mean, we've always talked about how Rock Idol just used the power of rock, uh, and that's kind of his powers. Cersei and Flurry acting like sisters. Oh, that's 100% canon. At least in one part of the Idol AU. Thanks, Karma. uh, that is 100% canon at this point. I don't know who Symphogear is. Do I have to look up who that is? Hold on. Let me look up who Symphogear is. And given the danger changeling larvae possess, how dangerous are lasers really? I mean, oh, is an anime? Ah, so I definitely wouldn't notice. I definitely wouldn't know anything about it. I mean, lasers are pretty dangerous. I mean, it did like destroy a whole thick tome with one laser blast. Also, good quick thinking from everyone else in the crew to get that laser to bounce off of them, or else this show would have had to quickly change its rating. Oh my gosh, the Devil May Cry weapon. Actually, fun thing is that me and my friend, he has a character. Uh, he has one of those cinnamon rolls, but actually has a dark side characters. That's one of the characters that he has, and it's a chimera character with a goat, a raven, and a snake and whatnot. And we were playing around with the idea based off an art piece that he got ages ago called Devil May Bleat. And it's pretty much the same thing uh, as Devil May Cry. It's just instead of a person, it's a goat. Instead of demons, it's a demon snake that he can use for his own purposes. Oh man. Well, I think. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I believe that's all the time that I have for today. Uh, yeah, like I said, I think I might move it to Sunday because they're a little bit less on the packed side, so so that way I'm not working against a clock. But yeah, thanks for everyone who came out. Glad for everyone who came, enjoyed the stream, participated, and whatnot. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more things read eventually. Who knows? Probably not. We'll probably never get anything read on these things ever again. And hopefully, everything has kind of like leveled out so I can actually do these things more often. But I have a lot to catch up to, and this was kind of more spur of the moment than anything. Uh, but thanks again, and have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, please give me the cold weather back. I need it. I run too hot to be running out in 90-degree heat. Please. Anyway, you have a good one. Bye.